It's Tech Lid with the latest news and rumors. So the iPhone SE is said to be pound for pound the best value in all of mobile. The $400 SE comes with the A13 Bionic chip, which can be found in the iPhone 11. Its camera is also more than stellar. It's beyond average. Therefore, that's why many think that this is the best value. However, Samsung has their own mid-range device, $400. We're gonna talk whether or not the Galaxy A51 is a better value than the iPhone SE. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give a big thumbs up to the video. Also, any opinions, thoughts, comments down below in that comment section. The iPhone SE's major selling point is the A13 Bionic chip, as mentioned is found on the iPhone 11, and its camera. And of course, it has the little Apple brand, Apple sticker right on the back. These are the main selling points of the phone. At $400, one cannot argue this. It is not a bad deal at all. The Galaxy A51 comes in now. There is a tremendous value on this smartphone right now at the moment. One could even argue that it may be better than the iPhone SE. I'm gonna tell you why this value may be a bit better. The phone comes in at $400. And I'm going to throw in a link in my description. This phone will come with the Galaxy Buds for $400. Those Galaxy Buds by themselves value over $100. So right then and there, you're getting that freebie, which more than compensates for what one could say is lacking. So this arguably could be a better deal than the iPhone SE. So right out of the gate, let's tell you what the iPhone SE does better than the Galaxy A51. I don't think there is any dispute on this, but the performance is better on the iPhone SE. The A13 Bionic chip handles everything that you can throw at it. Meanwhile, the Galaxy A51 comes equipped with the Exynos 9611 chip. This chip is good now, don't get it twisted, but it is not a great chip. It's probably not even a very good chip, just a good chip. So the iPhone SE, in terms of performance, it is gonna do better than the Galaxy A51. Another thing, when you have their rear cameras side by side, the iPhone SE may take a nicer picture than the Galaxy A51. But the camera is a tricky thing. This is when the line gets a little murky and now preference becomes the thing here. The Galaxy A51 by far is much more versatile than the iPhone SE. The Galaxy A51 has more options on its cameras. Here is when the versatility kicks in with the Galaxy A51. You can take wide-angle photos. This means a better photo for big, large groups. Yes, I know, social distancing is happening right now. But let's remember, this thing is not forever, people. But yeah, in most scenarios, you can get a better photo because you will have a wider view. This is big points for the Galaxy A51. Also, the dedicated macro mode. Macro mode takes closer range photos much better for the Galaxy A51 as opposed to the iPhone SE. You're going to be able to get much closer in on your subjects. Once again, this is bigger points for the Galaxy A51. As I mentioned previously, if you just take a regular photo, automatic mode, on both the iPhone SE and the Galaxy A51 with the rear camera and probably the selfie, the iPhone photo might be better. Not by much, but it will be better. Now let's talk about the designs of the smartphone for a bit. The iPhone SE as it currently stands already looks like an outdated device. It is your little chunky friend who has big bezels. For some people that may be irritating. For others it might not bother them so much. But the fact is that it is an outdated design when compared to the Galaxy A51. The Galaxy A51 has a much thinner profile and it looks to be set for modern times. Another place where the iPhone SE excels over the Galaxy A51 is the fingerprint department. Touch ID is back on the iPhone SE, which it has had in previous generations of the iPhone. It works pretty smooth, pretty flawless in fact. The Galaxy A51 has their fingerprint sensor under the display. This doesn't probably work 100% of the time. It's pretty close to maybe 95 to 99%. People would nitpick with this, so we're gonna give the advantage here to Apple with the iPhone SE. When it comes to the battery department, I'm going to give the edge here to the Galaxy A51. The Galaxy A51 has a 4000 milliamp battery. The iPhone SE doesn't even have a 2500 milliamp battery. I know that there are factors to consider here. The iPhone SE runs a much smaller phone. The Galaxy A51 runs a much bigger phone and it has better display than the iPhone SE. But in reality, I think the Galaxy A51 can handle more in terms of battery. One of the big advantages that the Galaxy A51 has over the iPhone SE is the resolution. The resolution is 2400 by 1080. On the iPhone SE, we can't even get a resolution that comes to 1080. It's a little bit over 720p, thus making the Galaxy A51 a much better option when it comes to resolution. There is also a disparity in the sizes of the phones. The iPhone SE comes at 4.7 inches. Meanwhile, the Galaxy A51 is a 6.5 inch device. Another advantage that the Galaxy A51 has over the iPhone SE is the headphone jack. I for one am not crazy about the headphone jack, but there are still many people that adore and love the headphone jack. So it is something to consider when getting devices. Whichever phone decides to end up in your pocket is ultimately up to you. Do you want the smaller iPhone SE or do you prefer the larger screen of the Galaxy A51? Both are great phones, but the decision once again is up to you. Once again, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up to the video. Thoughts, comments, opinions down below in that comment box. Peace and love to the Tech Lid Legion.